A good chapter.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ielts Resource Center online course. I am Mr. George. Today we'll be going over to two very similar questions in Ielts writing text to opinion essay, and it has been a bit challenging to most students on how to approach this question, especially in the introductory paragraph. These opinion questions seem similar to most students. They felt it the same, to others they felt it different, and also different in approach, especially in the introductory paragraph. And today, in the course of this lesson, I'll be taking you through on how to approach this kind of question. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click the subscription button below. Alright, let's proceed. In the course of this lesson, I will take you through on how to approach the agree, disagree, and to what extent do you agree, disagree kind of question in Ielts writing text. And one question that comes to the mind of a lot of students is, do I need to use the same approach for this kind of question? Are they the same in the introductory paragraph? Do I need to do something different in their body paragraph? And so many other questions that comes up. So in the course of this lesson, I'll take you through on how to keep you on track in tackling agree, disagree, and to what extent do you agree, disagree kind of question. Now I'm going to give you a question with two different instructions. When a question requires two different instructions, it means it also needs two different approaches. Such approach may be different in the introductory paragraph, or in the body paragraph, or maybe in the conclusion as well. But most importantly, the instruction given will determine the approach that may be used in tackling such question. One of the reasons why a lot of students with good level of English fail the writing task is their inability to analyze the text. They fail to know what is expected of them. Maybe this is because they need to produce the right language, unlike the reading and the listening text, where the language is produced for them. Inability to analyze the question properly frequently happens in the IELTS test. Students often want to start quickly because they know they have to complete two different tasks within 1 hour, and they think writing as much as they can will fetch them their required band score. In the light of this, a lot of students write what they know about a topic, so they end up writing too generally and fail to address the question directly. Now remember, if you don't directly answer the question, this will affect your band score. So my advice to you is to give room for planning, give room to analyze the question, and then know what is expected of you. And when you come to this level, believe me, you are on the right track. Alright, let's go back to the question now and see what is expected of us. Alright, let's proceed. Now take a look at this question. Some people think that work is the most important thing of people's life. Without the success of career, life becomes meaningless. Now, this question is without instruction. Now, a group of examiners or the organizers of this exam may sit down and set this kind of question and then decide on which instruction will they ask the student to follow, or what are the things that the student need to do for them to actually get a desired band score based on the question given. Are they going to tell them to discuss both views and give their opinion? Are they going to ask the student to actually discuss the advantage or disadvantage? Or are they going to ask the student opinion on do they agree or disagree? Or to what extent do they agree or disagree? Now, the question comes down here. If in situation you are asked to what extent do you agree or disagree, or do you agree or disagree? is a different kind of question entirely. They have a reason if they actually give you instruction on asking you to what extent do you agree. They also have a reason by giving me instruction by asking you do you agree or disagree. We shall look in detail these two-sided type of question, though similar in this session now. Alright, let's proceed. Alright, now let's take a look at this question with instruction. Some people think that work is the most important thing in people's life. Without the success of career, life becomes meaningless. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now take a look at the place highlighted in red and underlined. That is the instruction concerning this question. Now you are given the question and you are asked to what extent do you agree or disagree. Now this question is different from another type of question which I will give to you now. Alright, let's take a look at the second question now and see the difference in their instruction. Alright, now the second question reads, some people think that work is the most important thing in people's life. Without the success of career, life becomes meaningless. Do you agree or disagree? Now, this is different from what we read earlier. The first question said, to what extent do you agree? The second question has said, do you agree or disagree? So, what we need to do here is to actually analyze the two questions and know what the examiner really wants us to do in this context. Now, one thing that is common between these two questions is that both are opinion essay. To what extent means to what level or amount or degree of agreement or disagreement. Now here you are being given the opportunity to either agree to an argument or disagree to an argument or stay in between. In such cases, your task is to say whether you completely agree with a given statement, or maybe you completely disagree with such statement, or you stay in between, partly agree, disagree with such statement. Then you go further to justify your opinion. Justify your opinion here means add a sentence to back up your opinion in your introduction, and then go further to develop it in your body paragraph. So here you should begin by deciding how you feel, and then you need to explain why you feel this way. When the question demands the extent of your agreement, you have three possible options. You either choose to completely agree and develop your opinion from there, or you choose to completely disagree and also develop your opinion from there, or you decide to stay in between, partially agree or partly agree or disagree. Now, when you completely agree, your job is to provide two ideas that strengthen your statement. And when you completely disagree, you also need to provide two ideas that weaken the statement. You agree or disagree partly. The first thing you need to do is to provide one idea that strengthens the statement, and then one idea that weakens the statement. And this must be done in a separate paragraph. Well, I don't advise my students to stand neutral, that is partially agree or disagree, in their opinion essay. And this is because sometimes it is risky. If you're not that good in your presentation, well, there's going to be a lot of challenges. So what I advise you to do is to keep it simple. If you completely agree or disagree, let your opinion be felt all through your essay. This is opinion essay. With this kind of question, you are left with two possible options. It's either you agree, then go ahead and develop your point from there, or you choose to disagree, then go ahead also to develop your point from there. So you're not asked the extent of your agreement. So in situation whereby you start writing, I partly agree, I partly disagree, it's not needed with this kind of question. Alright, now how will you not remember the difference? How do you remember the difference? Like I said earlier, the discussion instruction will always be your guide. If the phrase "to what extent" does not appear in the instructions, then it is a simple agree, disagree kind of essay. But when you see the "to what extent" phrase, then that means emotion comes into play. And that is where you need to either you completely agree, either you completely disagree, or you choose to stay in between by partly agree or disagree. So agree or disagree kind of question asks you to clearly determine whether you agree or disagree with the statement. Unlike questions that ask you to what extent do you agree or disagree, this question asks you to have a super clear opinion. After you have decided your opinion, generate 2 to 3 supporting points for it. So one common thing about them is that they are opinion essay, and you need to give your opinion. But how you start your introductory paragraph matters here. I think that is where there is slight difference in the two similar kind of questions. Hello everyone, thanks for watching. This is where we draw the curtain for this session. Subscribe to our online course today for adequate preparation on your IELTS journey. We have the VIP Masterclass, the Advanced Class, the Advanced Plus, Essay Correction Service, live audio speaking drill for those that are having challenge in speaking that really want to improve by all means, and also the Quiz Plus. The Quiz Plus package is daily IELTS question, recent question on IELTS. And also the advanced class is private class, one-on-one tutorial with your tutor, where areas that you find difficult, those areas that you find challenging, really going to deal with those areas. We follow step-by-step approach in our lectures, and they are detailed and straight to the point. Once again, I'm Mr. George L.E. We believe that the effective learning process is a balance of theory and practice. That is why we develop intensive online courses to help IELTS test takers in their learning journey with IELTS Resource Center. To solve the problem you may have in IELTS so you can succeed like others. Our courses are effective and affordable. Join us today.